Hello, my name is Mark Milne. I am your host for Canva videos. In this video, we are going to talk about how to make videos for social media platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, even Snapchat. So the first thing we're going to do is log into canva.com, and in the search bar right here, we are going to type in TikTok, TikTok videos travel. And that way, this one will kind of narrow it down for that. And you want to make sure it's in the in the templates when you're doing the search. So in this one, what we're going to do is we're going to look at this one, and we're going to customize it, and that is the one we are going to choose. Okay, so in this part, we're going to put maybe Mexico, travel, and lastly special. And we can always edit the size of it so it can um, fit. And you want to make sure you don't push the increase font size button or the decrease. The reason being is it shrinks it during the video or it makes it bigger. So you want to make sure that it will be uh, kind of not too big, and you don't want it shrinking up and down while the video is displaying. So 56 is a little small. So we'll do maybe 100. Yeah. Mexico and May special. So the reason why we changed the font to that, and we're going to do something like this, included with, or we can just included, and we can go out, stretch it a little bit more, exit out of that, and put it right in the middle, and see how that line kind of like was solid. We want to make sure we have that. That's to make sure that it is centered throughout the whole video. Included with air and hotel. And when you're doing a video, you want to make sure we do a logo. So what we're going to do is we're going to upload a video or upload a logo, which I already have. I made a logo prior. So we're going to put the logo in there. And the reason being why we want to put the logo in there is so everyone can know it is yours throughout the whole video. So we're just going to place it somewhere, and we're going to shrink it down for the video. That way no one can steal your video while you're putting in all the work. And while we're doing the video, for adding in the logo, we can make it transparent just so we can have it in there. So we're going to left click it once, then we're going to click on the checkerboard right over here where you hover over it. You don't click anything and it will read transparency. So when you click on transparency, you're able to play with the transparency amount. And I usually like leaving it around 60% just so everyone can see the logo and it's not too bright, because your focus is going to want to be on the logo. And we'll get to the reason why at the very end, towards the very end of the video. So after you're done, with this first clip, you can go ahead and add the page. You can click on the plus arrow. You can go ahead and click on that plus icon and up pop a blank template. So you can go over here back to design, over to your left hand, and you may type in Mexico Beach. So we're going to type in Mexico Beach, nothing there. So that is perfectly fine. So we're going to type in Mexico. So after that, you're going to go to your left-hand side in Elements, type in Mexico, and it'll pop up a variety of things. And this one, you can see the graphics, the photos, and you scroll down all the way to the bottom, it'll have videos. And there can be a lot of videos that we can use. And audio, such as music. So we're going to click on videos and see all. So maybe we want to highlight some of the food, and that's perfectly good because, that's going to be one of the main attractions, maybe that the resort that you're doing the mock booking for has food, local cuisine in there. And after a while, we are going to keep looking at different areas, and you can either put it in there right away and just drop it. And what I like to do is keep within those solid blue lines. That way, none of it is cropped out. And even if it is cropped, in within the blue lines, we can put a different background in there. And we'll do that shortly after. So we're going to do this other video. Oops. And there you have it. And if you're doing a hotel, we can type in hotel to see if it's in there. Mexico Hotel. And if you're doing a mock booking, you can also use Google. Google's always going to be your best friend on different So if you're doing a mock booking and you're making a video for your client or for your social platforms to post, what you can do is Google's going to be your best friend. You can type in Mexican all inclusives. Oops. All-inclusive resorts. Mexico, all-inclusive resorts. You can type in Mexico, all-inclusive resorts on google.com, and there you have it. You can look to see which all-inclusive that you typed in that you're searching for. And you can also just type in the direct name of the resort if you know the resorts for that. So what we're going to do is just click on any old any. So what we're going to do now is click on any of the photos. We're just going. This is just for training on how to download and all that good stuff. So we're going to type in that, and you want to make sure that the file name isn't going to be a web page. If it is a web page, you can click cancel and find one that is going to have the name of the resort only, or something that describes part of the resort, the all-inclusive. And the reason why you don't want to have the web page in there for the file name is because after a while it will show up as a web page within the Canva, and sometimes Canva will not read it as a picture. So we're going to go ahead and click save since it's in there, and we're going to go back to so after it's in there, we're going to go back to Canva. We're going to shorten this one because that's way too long. And with TikTok, you really don't have to worry about the minutes because it is up to 3 minutes. And I like doing maybe 8 seconds at the very beginning and maybe 7 to 6 seconds afterwards. So you can have a little more slides to mess with, the audio and all that good stuff. So now we're going to add the third page. And we're going to click on uploads in the left-hand corner. And we're going to click upload files, and we're going to select that one. And there it is, uploading the file. And we can just drag it, drop it. We don't want it to take the whole page, so we're just going to click it in there. And you can click it in there until that blue pops up, that solid blue line, so that way it stays within there. That way it's not cropped out during the TikTok video. And usually with the TikTok videos, when you're making it on Canva, you're able to download it and save it. I do not recommend sharing it on there afterwards, and I'll explain why after a while. So maybe, we're good with just this one picture to show the resort. And here, the ad heading is going to be a little big, so we really don't want that one. And we can just click this undo button, and there it goes. It goes away. Then we can do it again, and that's the one we would like to use because the other one is going to be way too small. So this one is the Marquis Los Cabos. And we're going to go ahead and press enter and make sure that we have in there adults only, so everyone knows while they're watching the video. And from here, we're going to do it again. Add another subheading. And we're going to make up a price. $800 per person. Airfare. And all-inclusive included. Okay, so after that, we're going to make sure it's good. And we're going to leave it like this. And we're going to do another subheading. And we're going to move this one a little further down, like so. And we're going to put May 2nd through May 6th. And we can leave it as such. Okay, so now we're going to mess with the text. So now we're going to do is go ahead and click that one, and we can change, well, we can left click once on the text that we would like to edit. So after that, we're going to look at it, and we're going to see which one is going to pop out a little bit more. And it looks like Nord is looking pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and select Nord. Then we're going to look at it again, left click it, change all of them to Nord, and we're going to look at effects. And we're going to look at effects, and this one we're going to look to see which one kind of looks like it's going to work for us to complement the video. And it looks like just the normal one. Or we can have highlights in there, have the highlight behind the text, which kind of looks cool, but we're not going to do that one. So after that, we're going to look down, and you can also do the curve. If you want it to curve, you can. And you can go either way. You can do it all the way, like a circle, or you can do, left to right and go up and down, whatever you would like to do, there's that button. It's really up to you. If you don't like it, there's the undo button. And there we are. We are done with that text. And we're going to look at animate next, and that's right next to effects. So we're going to look at the animate, and we're going to look to see which one will kind of complement the video. So we're going to do maybe the wipe, and we can do it on exit to where when it's going towards the end of the slide, it'll go away. So we're going to do both. And since we have Pro, we can also, do like a little fast, or we can do it slow. And you can also preview it as you're dragging the cursor. We're going to do a little slow, and we can also choose the um, the direction. We can also choose the direction of which way the text we would like it to go. So we're going to leave it going to the right, or we can look at the reverse exit animation. So we're going to look at it like that, and you can hover over it to see which one you would like. It doesn't have to be that one. Or we can look at the baseline, the drift, and it actually shows you. All you have to do is hover over it. You don't have to click on anything. You don't have to, keep touching everything. Or if you don't like it, you can click remove animation, and it all goes away. You can do it per text, or you can do, once we select a text, we can do it like this, word, element, line, and leave it on such. So we're going to leave that one as that, and we're going to look at this one. The pricing I would like to leave alone, because you want them to actually read it instead of being animated. This one and this one, I would kind of animate it, or we can just leave it alone. So for this video, we're going to leave the bottom two alone, and we're just going to animate the Marquis de Los Cobos. Now we're going to look at the background, and what we're going to do is make sure we don't click on any of the text message or the pics, and we're going to left click once. And what we're going to do is see this background color right here. That's the one we're going to click on. We're going to click on that one, and we can select any one. And there it has it. It has the photo colors of it, and we can select the photo colors to complement the photo, or we can leave it as white. Well, in this one, we're going to change it to a different color. And this one doesn't have the name of the color, it just has the hashtag or pound 9AA4C1. So we're going to leave it as that. And after we're done with that one, we're going to add another page. and we're going to select this one as white. And from here, we're going to upload our logo to make it branding. And this one you want to make kind of big because this is the very end of the of this one you want to make kind of big because this is the end of the video. So you want your information displayed correctly. And for this one, we're going to use the subheading again. And we're going to type in our phone number. And if you don't want to type out your, like phone number or email, you can go back to Elements, click on Elements, make sure it's blank, and you're going to type in phone. And from here, it's going to give you a bunch of logos. I personally like using the logos. That way, they can expect to see it, and we want to make sure it's in there. So we're going to select this one, and we can edit the size of it and where to go. And we're going to make sure somewhere right there. We're going to move that back over to the left, not into the phone, and leave it like that. Then we're going to type in another one. We're going to leave it back on Elements, and we're going to clear it, and we're going to type in email. And this email icon will pop up. So I kind of like using sort of like the same kind of font for, the if we're going to use one, we want to make sure it complements and matches so you're not, it doesn't look too tacky. Then we're going to go back after we do it. And how that was done was just look at to see where it is, and it's a little too big still. And we could go back and look at it, and we can go down one and leave it like that. Then we're going to go back into text and again subheading. Then after a while, we're going to look at that and we're going to type in our email. So be email or email at gmail.com. Okay. And we want to put it kind of closer like we did to that one. That way it kind of looks even Steven. So we're going to do it like this. And um, what we can do is go back to Elements, type in social media, and there it is. It's going to have a bunch of social media stuff. So we can drop it in and shrink it down. And we're going to add in another one. And from here, we're going to put, at Mark Jr. Travel. That way everyone knows, who they're looking for throughout the whole thing. Okay. And we can leave it as such. Okay. Now what we're going to do is go back to the very beginning to where the price is, and we're going to add a little body of text, and we're going to add that to the bottom. And this one, I like to go in a little further, and how I did that was on the very bottom. It had like 14%. What we're going to do so I can see it is we're going to erase that, and we're going to type in asterisk pricing, and availability is subject to change. This is just a disclaimer. Then we are going to go back again, asterisk, asterisk, and we are going to type in we're going to put asterisk, asterisk, then we will type licensed. Oops, can't even spell. Licensed, bonded, and insured travel agent. Asterisk, asterisk. Okay. So now we're going to zoom back out and look at it. So you want to make sure you have this disclaimer in all your mock booking videos so that it is in there. That way no one will say, well, you said it was 800 per person, now it's 1200. Why are you charging so much? And you can always tell them, well, on the video it had my disclaimer on there, subject to change, all that good stuff. Okay. So now we're going to go back and we're going to look at the area for transitions, and that's always going to be on the bottom. So we're going to look at the areas of transitions and we can look at it. Add transition, it's going to be the little arrow pointing to the right, and we can do color wipe, to the next video. And we can always add all the same ones to the different pages. So when we're playing it, it'll show it off to the left or to the right, down to the right. And there's a transition. It'll do that for every video that we have or every page that we have on this. So what we can always do is go back up here and change it, the name of it, and we're going to change it to Mark Junior Travel Mexico Mock. Okay. Then we can click anywhere down here. It'll automatically save it. We don't need to click no save button, no nothing. All right. So after a while, we can go back over here, go back to elements, and now we're going to type in Mexico. Oops, can we spell Mexico? And we're going to hit enter, and we're going to go to audio. Okay. I always like choosing something that will complement where you're doing a mock booking for. So, they kind of feel like in the mood to, look at it more. So we're like this one. We're going to drop this one. And when you type in the when you drag and drop, it'll do it for the duration of the video. You want to make sure, this one's 5 minutes. Some of them are like 17 seconds, and that one won't cover all of it. So you want to make sure it's going to be long enough for your video. And from here, we can click on the 3 dots, and we're going to click on audio effects. And what I like doing is doing the fade in. So it's going to be maybe 2 seconds, and we can leave it as that. And for the fade out, I like leaving it at 5 seconds. That way, this gives the viewer some time to like, oh, the video is going to end. So what we're going to do now our video is 23 seconds, which is perfectly fine. Doesn't need to be long. It just needs to be viewable because, the video does not need to be long, but it gives the chance for the viewer to view your video and get information out of it. So when you're doing the last part of it, what I like doing is leaving the last part of the video is for information. The first one is going to be basically your cover, your, like an introduction to the video, and you're going to slowly, gradually include uh, pricing and all that good stuff, such as the resort, the way of the bed looks, the bathroom, the way the bathroom looks, the lobby, if there's anything in there inside the hotel that's going to be important to your clients, such as, maybe they get free drinks, maybe they get a half an hour with the masseuse for free, maybe they get free meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Maybe they get just dinner. You want to include everything in your mock booking video. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click on play, and this will bring it up. Okay, it looked good. I like the intro. I like how it faded out towards the end. There was information. It was very short, and we can also change it up in the middle. Let's say, you want your viewer to, look at it more, so we can also change that. So let's go back, change the way how long the video is, and we can change it to, 9 seconds for the the very end for the information. That way you have your viewer a chance to take a look to see what it's going to look like. So we're going to do this one, maybe 6 seconds. And it'll have it on there for that. Okay. And you don't have to go back and change the transition. If you don't like anything you did, there's always that undo button. Okay. So now we're happy with the video. And what we're going to do now is click that share button, and you can share it, the link, with, a family member, your significant other, fellow travel agent, your mentor, whatever you would like. So what you can do is only you can access it. That's what it defaults to. You can't change that. Or we can do anyone with the link. So they'll be able to access the link once you do it, and you can change the permissions for it. Instead of edit, you can just put, they can just watch it, and you can copy the link and drop it in Messenger or through an email. But now we're going to look at it, and I don't like to automatically share on social media platforms. The reason being, it gives like a little promotion to Canva. Like you can make your own videos using Canva. For more information, click on this link. And you want the focus more to be on your mock bookings. You want it to be more focused on you as a travel agent. You want to brand yourself, you want to put it out there. So what I like doing is instead of sharing on social, what we're going to do is click on download, and it automatically picks out which one you would like, the file type. So if we were doing a flyer, it would automatically put on there, like JPEG or the ping. So the quality right there, and we can change the quality for streaming, for social media, and for drafts. And we're going to leave it instead of the 4K. The 4K is more like for if you're doing a presentation on your laptop or on the TV, in person. But we can just leave it as 1080p HD for streaming. Okay, then we're going to make sure that all the pages are selected, which it is all pages for. Or we can go down and select which one we would like to include. But I like leaving it alone. So we're going to leave that alone. And we're not going to click on Save Download Settings. The reason being is, what if you don't like it? What if you only liked 3 of the 4? So we're just going to leave that alone. And we're going to hit download, and it'll automatically start downloading. It may take a minute or two, depending on how big it is. And seeing how this one's 27.2 seconds, it may take a little while, up to 3 to 5 minutes, depending on your internet speed and your laptop or whatever you're using. Okay. So after it's done downloading, it'll pop up on the bottom of your laptop or on the top, wherever your download settings are, and you can go ahead and click on it. And from there, you can go to your social media platforms and upload it. And it's automatically named, so it'll be what you typed in right up here, which was the Mark Jr. Travel Mexico mock. So we're going to leave that as such. And there it is, Mark Jr. Travel Mexico mock. Okay. So we're going to leave it as such, leave it right there. And that is it for this video. Thank you.